Well guys, it's time for our last episode of Blue Jay Journal TV for this school year.
We have a lot of stories coming up, so let's skip the preview and just start the show.
I know friends make my life better.
Me too. My friends have really gotten me through some rough spots in my life.
I think we can all agree that friendship makes our lives feel a little more complete.
Faith Wheeler has a story that will show us all the true power of friendship.
He's helped me with a lot of stuff.
I don't know. He's just an amazing kid.
It's no secret that friendships can be powerful. Kyle Quick has recently formed a bond with a young cancer patient named Alec Ingram. Their newfound friendship proves that the light can be found in even the darkest of days. It all started with an interview for KLPW about Alec's bedroom makeover.
Special Spaces actually makes over kids' bedrooms because a lot of kids with cancer spend a lot of time in their rooms when they're sick and stuff. So it kind of started there, and then did a story on that and met him, and there was just kind of this instant connection.
Alec was diagnosed with cancer in 2015 and has faced many hardships. His newfound friendship with Kyle has helped him in many ways. It has also raised awareness for children facing similar battles.
And I learned more about the St. Baldrick's a little bit about a month before. He'd asked me to shave my head for that. His goal was to raise $5,000. So it just kind of evolved, and then as we kept getting closer, there would be random donations of $500, and by the end we were over $16,000, which was pretty cool. I think that was the big thing that got me was, literally he's sitting in the hospital, chemo's going in, and he'd shoot me a message, or I'd be there, be like, how much money are we at now, and I don't know how many 11-year-olds would put that much effort into raising that much money.
The fundraiser was successful, but Alec Ingram's battle with cancer continues to drive home the need for a cure.
A year ago, he was in a coma for 42 days. 42 days, wow. Had open heart surgery multiple times, wears a backpack 24/7, keeps his heart beating. What he's been through in the last year is more than I think what most of us will ever go through in a lifetime. And to see how positive he always is, kind of like today, it's kind of a gloomy day, but think about him a little bit and a little bit of a smile, how he always has. It kind of makes your day a little bit better.
Kyle's bond with Alec has changed his perspective about facing difficult times, and he feels honored to know the Ingram family.
I guess what I've seen more than anything is what families go through. I'm lucky enough to know him, I guess, yeah, and his family. They're amazing people. I don't know how they do it. He kind of pulled out the 11-year-old that's still in me. He has a way to inspire other people.
If you want to learn more about Alec and Kyle's friendship, visit their Facebook page at AKOfficial3. For Blue Jay Journal TV, I am Faith Wheeler reporting.
Don't let others tell you you can't. Just do what you want and be who you want. If you want to be a cook when you grow up, you should take these classes because it'll make you stay certified, which allows you to safely serve the public, and it shows you the proper way of doing things according to the FDA rules. My favorite thing to cook is cake. I've done unique ways of decorating them. The most recent one I did was I used green and blue Easter colored icing, made little dollops, and then put a wedge of lemon on each dollop. You have to have your mind set to go and work on this. It's a lot of work, but it pays off in the end.
When it comes time to apply for scholarships, many people don't necessarily know how the money is raised or who the scholarship is named after. Jade Reether has the details about one special scholarship here at WHS.
Al Matzis taught at our school for a long time, and he was also a coach. When he passed away and lost his battle with cancer, Tom Haas, who was also a teacher here, started a scholarship in his name. And all the teachers, we pitched in and donated out of our own pockets, and I think the general vibe was it would go a year or two.
When Mr. Haas retired, Ms. Turner took it over and started collecting money from the staff again.
I decided somebody needed to take it over. I didn't want it to just stop happening. And so I continued the scholarship program with just donations. This year though, Mrs. Lopker, she decided to have a color run to help fund the scholarship in Al's name, which is so exciting.
It was started just as something fun that we were going to do with the staff, and then it just kind of grew into an opportunity to fund the scholarship and make it more of a community event and a school-wide event.
I've heard nothing but positive things about it, and it's really helped the scholarship fund. Samantha did a great job with it. The student volunteers really stepped up. And the coolest thing about all of it is when I see photographs and video and I see Al's children and his grandchildren there at the color run and just really remembering him.
The scholarship is awarded to seniors here at the high school. They just have to fill out the Community of Washington scholarship form. Then there is a separate essay they have to write about how a coach or teacher has had a positive impact on their life.
The reason we wanted that essay was we believe Al made a huge impact on people, and so we wanted to honor kids who can recognize the people that have had a huge impact upon them the way Al touched other people's lives.
Staff here at the high school go through the scholarship applications and pick out, and this year we were able to award 5 scholarships.
As you get older, you start to really think about how people will remember you and what kind of legacy you'll leave behind. And so this scholarship in Al's name, and now the color run that helps fund the scholarship beyond personal teacher donations, it is such a testament to the kind of man he was. He was kind, he touched people's lives. I know he was kind to me during difficult times in my life, and he was just a good man. And so it's wonderful to see that he is not forgotten and his legacy does indeed continue.
For Blue Jay Journal TV, I am Jade Reether reporting. All anyone really wants is a place to feel safe and accepted. However, that can be a struggle for some students. Molly Landolt has the details.
According to the Human Rights Campaign, 42% of LGBT youth say the community in which they live does not accept them. Washington High School's Blue Jay Alliance provides LGBT students with acceptance.
Essentially, talk about issues that face us as the LGBT community living in a small rural town. We like to provide a safe space for everybody that identifies that way, just to hang out and be yourself without having to worry about being judged.
When I first realized I was gay in 8th grade or freshman year, I kind of felt really stuck and I didn't really want to tell anyone. But after going to the GSA meetings and showing that there was a lot more people out there who accepted it, it really helped me a lot.
Although Blue Jay Alliance gives LGBT students a feeling of acceptance, some feel that the Washington High School student body is not accepting of its LGBT counterparts.
There are parts of the school that are accepting, but there's a lot of parts that are rather overwhelming that aren't accepting. I see people getting mocked all the time for who they are.
Well, I zoomed out all the way.
People get bullied or picked on for being gay or lesbian or bi or trans. But I think most of the interactions that we have with people are positive. Even if they're not completely accepted by everyone, they're accepted by enough people that they find somewhere to fit in.
Blue Jay Alliance members have advice to combat harassment.
Just treat everybody with respect.
Be kind to others. You don't have to go out of your way to be hostile. Just be civil. If you don't exactly agree with them, at least show kindness, basic human kindness. And just get to know people too. If you get to know somebody, you're less likely to hate them.
For more information on Blue Jay Alliance, visit Mr. Stout in room 1504. For Blue Jay Journal TV, I am Molly Landolt reporting. Our community has a huge mix of private and public school students, and that often leads to a fun rivalry. But who says we can't put that rivalry aside to help each other out? Haley Wall has the details.
Every high school has a rival team. Washington, Missouri seems to have one rivalry that has stood the test of time. However, there is something, or rather someone, that has brought crosstown rivals together.
Project Lead the Way sponsored a blood drive, and shortly before the blood drive I got a call from the director that said that they were in need of extra blood product for a student at Borgia.
This student is Stephanie Lindeman. She is a senior at St. Francis Borgia Regional High School. She was diagnosed with stage 4 Ewing sarcoma in November of 2015. After 13 months of chemotherapy, she was declared in remission. However, Stephanie relapsed on January 17th, 2017.
What was amazing was the support after we found out that it was for Steph. We went from about 40 to 60 people. By the end of the day, we had over 130. We had to turn them away because we didn't have enough people to take blood and time to do it in the allotted time that we had for school.
Krista Williams and her Project Lead the Way class aren't the only Washington High School groups that want to support Stephanie and her family. Washington High School Fellowship of Christian Athletes held Steph's Night on Friday, April 21st.
They're a really nice family, and knowing Steph, she's really inspirational, and she really fights for what she wants to, and she doesn't give up, and it's really cool to see that. She inspired me and stuff, and I know she inspires our community, and I think everyone really needs to know her.
So I think it's a great way of bringing our community together, since Borgia and Washington are labeled as rivals. So I think it's a good way to bring us all together, and her story is really well known throughout the community.
Despite her circumstances, Stephanie's bubbly personality has not dwindled.
Her optimism is very much commendable, because I know that if I was going through that, I'd very much want to be a pessimist and be like, why me? But she seems to put on a really good, I'm going to make it through this, it's okay, there's a reason for it, and everything will be fine, which I really commend her for that.
Since her diagnosis, I just think that she's really turned her life into a super positive place for everyone around her and herself.
Stephanie's admirable perseverance and positive outlook on life are an inspiration to all, no matter which crosstown rival you're rooting for.
It's amazing just how everyone can get together and support one person who really needs all of our support right now.
I'm a huge fan of solidarity and people just being people, and that blood drive really bridged the gap between the two schools and showed how supportive this community is, and I thought it was amazing.
Perhaps the crosstown rivalry is not quite as bad as people think, because in the end, we are one community supporting each other. For Blue Jay Journal TV, I am Haley Wall reporting.
One thing that I will always remember from my senior year is that we had an actual spring break. Some students took advantage of this and traveled. Blue Jay Journal TV's Molly Landolt had an amazing experience overseas and brought back this story.
Over spring break, my family and I took a 2-week-long journey to Europe. Our first stop of the trip was Paris, France.
Okay, I'm eating a chocolate banana crepe. Let's try this.
We visited the Notre Dame Cathedral. We saw Monet's water lilies at the L'Orangerie. We went to the Musée d'Orsay, and we took an elevator to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Okay, if you want to know what a French newscast looks like, here we are.
Under the Eiffel Tower, and they're filming the news, or something. At night, the Eiffel Tower sparkles for the first 5 minutes of every hour. We went to the Palais Garnier, and we took a day trip to Versailles. At Versailles, we visited the Hall of Mirrors, where the Treaty of Versailles was signed. The next stop of our trip was Barcelona, Spain. My sister is studying in Barcelona for the semester, so we were able to visit her. Our first stop was Park Güell, and at Park Güell, we admired Gaudi's famous architecture. We also visited La Sagrada Familia, which is a huge Roman Catholic church. Construction of the church started in 1882, and they're still building it. We got lost in the beautiful side streets of Barcelona. We also visited La Boqueria Market, which is a huge food market in the center of Barcelona. I had a great time in Barcelona, and I couldn't wait for our next stop, London, England. A really cool dance show caught our eye in Piccadilly Circus.
This morning we are at Buckingham Palace.
We witnessed the changing of the guard, which is a ceremony that takes place every morning at Buckingham Palace. We saw Big Ben, and we visited the Tower of London. At the Tower of London, we learned a lot about England's history. From the Tower of London, you can see Tower Bridge. On our last full day in London, we rode the London Eye, which is a huge Ferris wheel that gave us great views of London. I had a great time on this trip, and I learned a lot about other cultures. For Blue Jay Journal TV, I am Molly Landolt reporting. Just like that, this show and our 3 years in Blue Jay Journal TV have ended.
Molly and I joined staff our sophomore year and never quit. Despite canceled interviews, lost battery chargers, broken tripods,
and broken microphones.
How could I forget those?
The point is, we joined 3 years ago and stuck it out.
And we're thankful we did.
Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day!